From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, but not before reaching the opposite 35.
I can't help but smile, not because I'm rooting for any team in particular, but to see the special teams set up their team in such a big way, you just know that helps the interaction between all phases of a football team.
For the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Looking to throw McCarthy. His throw incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. His kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, looking to put a drive together.
Ready, ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Robinson up the middle. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that is incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Now if they can just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. And his kick is good. And that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
At their own 24-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Let's go now.
Mixing up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Cowboy 8.
They'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Stretch the Eagles.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Ready? Mikey, 18. Check, contact. Let's go.
It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of a yard. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Mixon is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Chargers 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. He's going to use his legs here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. J.J. McCarthy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to move back in front. McCarthy going to look to throw for it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's caught. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2.
Chiefs 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw here. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Yoshibas. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Malachi Starks. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City 1st.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. 2nd and 6. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Here we go, here we go. 79, Cowboy 80.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Waste of time. Ready, break. Back. Ready, ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On for the field goal.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. To the air with McCarthy. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing is McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14 yards. And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 46.
Now McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A little careless with the football. And he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did. And when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Okay, red.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. It'll be Nixon on the out route as the pass is caught. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. First and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Chargers' 46-yard.
Back to throw again. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 24-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Come on.
They'll look to throw again. This will complete to Yoshibas. And it's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now they'll shift things around.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the
2nd down and inches. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
On for the field goal.
And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
30. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Cam Little to kick off.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Breaks through the contact. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Well, that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This goes out wide from Nixon. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal.
Cowboy 80. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
They'll set up to throw. Pass throw right back to Joe Mixon. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs have come back to make it a 2-point game.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change their mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That's taken in by Franklin. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Chiefs' 43-yard line.
Here we go, set. Crap ball 80.
McCarthy will set to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
31 yards. And the Chargers first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Ty Felton from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Chiefs 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Here we go, set.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Nixon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
This is caught by Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. It looks like they'll move things around here.
7-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
A 1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. The Chiefs on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
18 Cardinal, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
First down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun to give to Mixon. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's complete to Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Chiefs. First down.
Let's go now.
The 23-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
4 yards. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and
Cougar
10
19.
at the 20-yard line.
Bronco 80. 79 Bronco. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Let go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Cougar 19. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Buffalo 18. Down. Go.
They're going to look to throw. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Hold it ready. Get it.
They'll run with Mixon. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because you're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First down. 2 yards on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
Again, it's Robinson. And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
And he's got room. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, LA. Ty Felton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And a lead now up to 14.
35. Chiefs 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That was what they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's caught on the right side. Williams.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's first and 10.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Right side to Williams.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
11 more yards.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This is first and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Chargers are going to get the football back at their own 17. The Charger drive about to get going. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final first down. They got it and then some. And if they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
And they will take a knee here. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Chargers, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.